The Coyote Twin, Vermilion's downtown theater. Providing entertainment Thursdays through Sundays.
First-year orientation is changing.
Tonight, we tell you what you need to know. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Welcome to Coyote News. I'm Sydney Colin.
And I'm Marissa Brunkhorst. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first, USD's annual Idea Fest kicked off this morning. The two-day event gives students an opportunity to showcase their academic achievements and promote their scholarly work. Senior Quinn Gienop is presenting his honors thesis at Idea Fest.
It's a way for people to kind of present whatever thesis or research they're doing within their student life, or if they wanted to participate, they could have created something entirely new just for this event.
In addition to posters, other students exhibited art displays or presented their research in the muck pit. This year's winners of the Undergraduate Research Excellence Award were mentored by Dr. Travis Loaf of the Media and Journalism Department. The winners are Prey Hyder, Rachel Spinks, Julia Lobo-Pace, Lindsay Gagnon, and Gianna Smith. Idea Fest continues tomorrow from 8 to 4 in the muck.
Grammy-nominated band the Goo Goo Dolls are set to perform at the South Dakota State Fair in Huron. Presale tickets for VIP tables begin May 28th, while general public tickets are available beginning June 17th. The multi-platinum selling band will take the grandstand stage on August 30th. A new move to reshape local agriculture is being established in Sioux City. The plan is to install a 3-acre high-tech indoor vertical farm. The company Urban Farms says the plot will be able to produce 4,000 pounds of fresh leafy greens every day. This will create over 100 jobs and internships for the city. Urban Farms says this kind of farming allows for soilless farming techniques and production of more food on the same amount of farmland.
Incoming first-year students are visiting USD this semester to receive tours of campus and meet with academic advisors. The undergraduate admissions program hosts the tours, and officers encourage all potential new students to schedule a date. Upcoming visiting days include April 12th and the 26th. Those interested in enrolling at USD are encouraged to contact the admissions office for details.
After the break, USD Esports is celebrating the latest version of a popular game. You're watching Coyote News.
The Charcoal Sports Show, the hottest names and the hottest takes.
Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. where Charlie Preen and Cole Larsch highlight prep sports, college sports, Coyote athletics, and professional sports. We would love to hear your questions for us too. The phone lines are always open.
Tune in to the Charcoal Sports Show each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. to hear the hottest takes on KAOR Vermilion.
This is Coyote News.
USD Esports team highly anticipated the January release of the latest version of a fighting game. Last week, the club held their first Tekken 8 tournament. Esports club officer Liam Meckling says events like this help foster an open and welcoming community.
If you see somebody killing the game and they aren't clearly playing with other people, generally you can approach anybody and be like, hey, do you want to run some games or something like that? And it's a really easy way to find some friends or people to just play whatever your passion game is.
Super Smash Brothers team captain and first-year student Xander Holt won the tournament. Meckling says the esports club has plans for similar events in the future.
Global Accessibility Awareness Day usually happens in May, but the USD Student Access Organization is celebrating the day next week. Everyone's invited to learn more about what the organization does to include people with disabilities and provide equal access programs and services. There will be a free lunch for students and staff. USD Accessibility Awareness Day takes place next Wednesday at 11 in the Muck Pit. A typical day for a college student includes taking classes, meeting with student groups, and for most, probably a part-time job. But what happens when you factor in being a parent? Coyote News' Jody Ann Tyson is live in the muck to learn how one student tackles a school while raising a child. Jody Ann?
Thanks, Marissa. I'm here with Samuel Carda, a sophomore. Now, Samuel, being both a parent and a student can be very demanding, and some students might not be aware of that. Now, what are some of the challenges that you faced?
Definitely some of the challenges that I'm facing are scheduling with having a kid, work, and a full-time course load. It can be pretty difficult getting everything all put together. But luckily, a lot of the company that I work for, and I've got a large support network, they're there to help me get everything handled.
Okay, and time management is very important. How do you balance school while also being a parent?
Luckily, kids when they're young, they go to bed early. So around 8 or 9, I get to go and just focus all on my coursework, and the rest of the evenings all spent with my kid.
And how do you practice self-care as a parent and a student? Because it's important too. So.
It definitely is. A lot of the self-care that I do, you get a lot of enjoyment out of being a parent, and a lot of enjoyment out of watching them grow up and seeing them become just this little person that you've helped raise, and that gives me a lot of gratitude, and just a lot of care came from that.
And there might be some students watching wondering how they can actually support their classmates who are actually parents. What would you say to them?
The biggest piece of support that I'd recommend and I'd look for is just the ability to be flexible with scheduling. I know one of the most difficult things that I went through was trying to get a group project together with a kid and work and the course load. It's pretty difficult to find the time to actually get together with the group.
And finally, what advice would you give to those parents watching, wondering if it's actually possible to go to school while also being a parent?
It is absolutely possible. Obviously, I'm here and I'm doing it, but the biggest advice is to go and find that support network that's around you and find people that are willing to help you and succeed at it.
Thanks so much, Samuel. It is indeed possible to be both a parent and a student and be successful at it. For Coyote News, I'm Jodian Tyson.
Thanks, Jodianne. USD's Vakurovich Children's Center offers childcare to students, faculty, and staff who are also parents.
The Wellness Center is hosting the 3rd annual Liftathon. The powerlifting competition is a fundraiser for the South Dakota Special Olympics. The event starts Saturday at 9. Participants need to pre-register on the USD Fit app. And Vermilion's annual Fools 48 short film competition is back. The contest gives participants 48 hours to write, shoot, and edit a short film. The event invites both community members and students to try their hand at a variety of different categories, from comedy to mystery. The event kicks off on Friday at 5:30 at the Coyote Gallery and wraps up Monday night at 7 at the Coyote Twin. Those interested in participating need to register on vermculture.org.
For most students looking to save money, there are some easy options. High school seniors typically think about applying for scholarships before college. What undergraduates might not know is that there are ways to continue applying for scholarships once you're on campus. Department scholarships are one option. Students can talk to the department chair for details. Another tool students can use is fastweb.com, a site designed for college students to find opportunities they might not know about. The site indicates that it not only helps find scholarship opportunities, but also provides students and their families with general information about college life. Local high schoolers are competing at USD. The Merton Hasse Math Competition is a scholarship program for South Dakota and surrounding high school students interested in attending USD. The competition consists of 5 divisions, including geometry and pre-calculus. The prize for each exam is a $500 scholarship. 2 additional $1,000 scholarships will be awarded to the top performing junior or senior. The math competition takes place Saturday in Churchill Haynes, room 118, starting at 8.
The USD Teospe Student Council is hosting the 50th annual Wachipi. A Wachipi is a traditional Native American celebration of life where people gather together to dance and sing. This year's theme is 50 years of celebration, 7 generations of family. The event takes place at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Doors open at 10. Admission is free and an evening meal will be provided. Next on Coyote Sports, the women's basketball team finished their season.
And we make our picks on who will win March Madness.
Day in and day out. From one field on to the next. Dedicated, restorative, and driven. To the American farmer who represents the roots of our country, we thank you for all you do.
What does the group think?
We think a strength is their brand recognition.
This is Zoe, and you're listening to Afternoon Rap on KAOR 91.1 FM. This is my next selection. Hey Sally, come check this out.
I like it. What if you try this?
We're out.
What's up is down, what's left is right.
What did you think of your performance today?
I believe I did well. I achieved what I needed to do for the team. The team actually functioned the way we needed to. We did our 111th and we were able to make plays.
This is Coyote News.
The women's basketball team season ends in the WNIT. This is Coyote Sports. I'm Spencer Bewley.
And I'm Myra Ingram. The women's basketball team has their first week off since early last fall. The Coyotes face Wyoming in the WNIT Super 16 on Friday. Leading the Coyotes was Carly Duffney with a season high of 20 points. She also added 7 rebounds and 2 turnovers. Behind Duffney was Grace Larkins with 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. South Dakota trailed for a majority of the game and closed the gap to a 9-point lead for Wyoming in the second quarter. This wouldn't be enough, however, as the Coyotes dropped this one 52-84. This game marked the third time in the program history that South Dakota has reached the WNIT Super 16.
The women's tennis team is on a 5-match win streak. In their match against St. Thomas, the Coyotes won the number 2 and number 3 doubles matches, with the number 1 going unfinished. Anna Medvedeva and Grace Chaddick of the number 2 doubles team won for the 21st time this season. Their win equals the single season school record during the Division I era. USD also won in 4 of the 6 singles matches, winning the meet 5-2. The team will compete tomorrow against Creighton in Omaha. The softball team will compete against North Dakota after facing Kansas City this past weekend. In Game 1, USD won 1-0 after Alexia Terrazas hit a bunt in the final inning to bring in Briley Hempy for the winning run. In Game 2, Gabby Moser hit a home run in the 4th inning, marking her 6th of the season. The Roos would come back and put 2 runs on the board in the 6th. South Dakota drops it 1-2. Coyotes also lost in the 3rd game against Kansas City 2-3. The team currently sits at 16-21 overall and 1-4 in conference play.
The track and field teams will compete at the USD Early Bird on Friday. They last competed at the Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays. Jen Harada tied for 4th in the nation in the women's pole vault. She cleared 4.3 meters on her 3rd attempt. Marshall Farrow finished 7th place in the men's pole vault with a height of 5.25 meters. Aaron Kinney, J.C. Pulse, Avery Schmeichel, and Sarah Riefenroth also narrowly missed the South Dakota program record in the 4x100 meter relay. They clocked 44.68 seconds, just 0.05 of a second off from the record. 14 Coyotes have been named to the College Sports Communicators Academic All-District Team. This team recognizes student athletes for their achievements both in the sport and in the classroom. The CSC Academic All-District honorees include 4 from women's basketball, 2 from men's basketball, 4 from women's swim and dive, and 4 from men's swim and dive. In order to be named to the All-District team, nominees must have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or above, be a starter or important reserve, participate in at least 50% of the team's games and meets, and stand as a sophomore academically.
The women's golf team will face Omaha at the Stampede at the Creek. They last competed at the Ozarks National Invitational, where they scored a team score of 2 over par 290. This equaled the program record low for a single-day performance. Emma Henningsen and Lara Gehring led Coyotes on the overall individual leaderboards. They both finished 10 over par, tying for 11th place. Henningsen scored 2 birdies on the second day and finished the event without anything worse than a bogey. Overall, the team finished 37 over par, finishing 3rd out of 13 teams. They were only 1 stroke behind Middle Tennessee State, who placed 2nd at the Invitational. And moving on to men's golf, they competed at the SU Invite at Chambers Bay. USD's top finisher was Joe Rowling. He finished the event tied for 35th place with a 4-over par score of 217. Behind Rowling was Logan Hammock. He had a total score of 220, finishing 7 over par and tied for 51st place. The team placed 11th overall at the Invite with a team score of 876.
At that SU meet, one highlight was a hole-in-one by USD's Nick Lamont. Coyote News' Alex Kleinschmidt is live in the muck to find out if that was his first competitive ace. Alex?
Thank you, Myra. I'm here with the golf team's Nick Lamont. So this week you had your career first hole-in-one. After that accomplishment, is there anything else you're still working toward in your career?
Well, currently, we're going for the Summit League Championship still at the end of the season. Personally, I'm looking to pursue my career after school, teaching professionally and then trying to play professionally always. Other than that, no, just going for the championship at the end of the year.
Are there any courses or tournaments you look forward to going to throughout the season?
Ooh, throughout the season this year, it was definitely Chambers Bay. It was the one place that we were all looking forward to go to. It's one of those places, they hosted the 2015 U.S. Open. Jordan Spieth won that tournament. It was kind of early in his career, so we were all just really happy to go there. Yeah.
So seeing that it is your senior year here at USD, what does that timeline look like for your future and your career?
So in a month, we got the Summit League, and then once I graduate in May, I will be working at a course in Minnesota, Legends Golf Club. I'll be the first assistant there. So I've worked there for 7 years. I've kind of moved up the rank a little bit there, and then I'll also be playing tournament golf as well.
Thank you so much. Live in the muck for Coyote Sports, I'm Alex Kleinschmidt.
Thanks, Alex. Men's golf will compete next at the Fighting Island Eye Spring Invitational. A mistake in March Madness may have cost some teams the win. The NCAA said on Monday that one of the 3-point lines on the court used for the women's basketball regionals in Portland was about 9 inches short of its regulation at its apex. This mistake was noticed in the Texas versus NC State game. The two teams agreed to play as scheduled with one line shorter than the other rather than delay the start of the game. This means that the first 4 games that played on that court had not yet been noticed. The NCAA said that the mistake was made by the contractor that makes the courts used throughout March Madness. The line was fixed ahead of Monday's Elite 8 games. The final 4 teams are set for March Madness.
We asked our ex-followers who they would want to win for both the men's and women's tournament. Who do you got, Myra?
I don't know. I don't really watch the men's one, but I'm going to say NC State, maybe?
NC State's a good pick. That's my favorite team in there. My bracket was busted the first day, so I'm going with the 11 seed. They're looking for the upset. Let's see what the people had to say. UConn. It's the #1 favorite. Come on, you got to pull for something. I'm going to guess that most people are betting on their brackets. So.
Probably so.
Let's see on the women's side. I'm going for Iowa myself.
So am I, yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of college basketball on either side, but Caitlin Clark is.
She's really good.
She's incredible. So let's see what they had to say.
Oh, it's tied.
Wow, that's cool. You don't see a tie a lot. I like Iowa, but South Carolina, I guess, whatever.
Follow our X page for more weekly polls. That's it for Coyote Sports.
When we come back, we ask students how they stay motivated. Stay with us.
Do you feel tired and anxious at times? Do you feel like you can't focus on your school assignments? Exercising might be your solution. It helps you feel less anxious and gloomy. You can relax better and you suffer less from stress. You will get more energy sleep better, and find it less difficult to remember all your courses. So move your body and be your own change.
This is Coyote News.
Thrifting is not just a hobby, but an affordable way to shop for many college students. Now there's another thrifting option. Goodwill of the Great Plains is hosting a grand opening of their new Vermilion location. The ceremony kicks off tomorrow morning with a ribbon cutting at 9, followed by a complimentary lunch at 11. The store is located at 700 Bauer Street, just west of Walmart. Goodwill joins the Treasures Trove, the Civic Council, and New to You as yet another local thrift store option.
And with Goodwill opening soon, we asked our ex-followers if they shop at secondhand stores.
Do you shop too much at secondhand stores or no?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of my stuff is from either the Civ or even on Girl Swap, if that counts.
Oh, I guess, yeah, that could count. I need to shop more, but
Yeah,
let's see.
Oh yeah, a lot of college students thrift.
Over 60%.
Follow our X page at USD Coyote News to take part in more of our polls. April Fool's Day was on Monday, and some other celebrities had their own way of celebrating. Jared Leto took it to another level. On Monday's episode of Wheel of Fortune, Leto appeared instead of longtime host Pat Sajak, while Sajak or co-host Vanna White didn't mention the switch up for the rest of the show. Fans quickly responded to the prank on social media. Leto told the press that he was more excited than nervous to host. As the semester comes to a close, many students are getting ready for their final exams.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students what keeps them motivated as they prepare for the end of the school year.
Here's what they had to say.
I make a list of goals and then obviously do them, feel accomplished, and take breaks in between to just bring up that motivation again, yeah.
I just look to the future and occasionally turn to alcohol.
Just think about my grandparents who have really driven me into going to school, and I want to make my family proud. So
I'll just like to get good grades, and simply I don't like failing.
I like to write in my planner a lot, and I like to make a to-do list, and I like to see how many classes I have left and how many weeks I have left, and then I'm ready for the end of the year.
I tried taking time to hang out with friends, just take a break from all the classwork and find time when I can to just relax.
Well, after graduating undergrad, I want to go to grad school, so that's really what's keeping me motivated right now.
I just gotta go to the library, study, and drink beer.
I have no motivation whatsoever.
I like getting grades that are good, so I stay on that good grade grind.
I'm curious to know if my man goes to the library and drinks beer at the library, or did he mean afterwards? Because that's a heck of a motivation. You know, I like a good beverage, whether it's like coffee or something like that, but I don't know if I'd pull up with beer to the library. I doubt that's what he meant, but that'd be really funny if it was.
I'd pull up with a sweet treat to the library.
Yeah.
Honestly,
A
like
little reward.
a little study snack, if you will. Good motivation
For
right
me,
there.
it's like Pure Will and Chick-fil-A. That's what keeps me going.
That's so
Yeah.
true. I agree.
Yes. That's all for Coyote News.
Pick up the Valance issue for a look at potential changes coming with the Board of Regents' involvement with SGA.
Listen to 91.1 for news updates throughout the week and for your coverage on USD Sports.
And don't forget to follow our social media pages for daily updates and the weekly poll. Have a great night.